Hello, I'm Edward Tarte. This is the 30th in my series of weekly videos for friendlyatheist.com. In this video, I conclude what I began last week, a description of my transition out of the Catholic priesthood, culminating in my departure in May 1968. As I said in last week's video, I was living a weird priestly life for several months as my faith was crumbling and giving way to reason. As the winter of 1968 became spring, I realized that my days as a priest were numbered and that I would need to be able to support myself. Since I had a college degree in math and liked teaching, it was clear to me that I should try to become a math teacher. I looked around for jobs. I found such a job opening at a private school in Richmond, Virginia. That school was willing to pay my round-trip airfare from Houston to Richmond and back. My pastor easily granted me the time off. I did not tell him where I was going. I flew to Richmond and had a job interview. But they did not hire me because they wanted a math teacher who could also be an athletic coach, something that I could not do. I applied to be a part-time announcer at Houston's classical music radio station. They gave me an audition, but did not hire me. I got a job as a newspaper carrier. For a couple of months, I went to bed early, got up before sunrise while the other priests were asleep, drove 6 miles to suburban Houston, and delivered papers at an apartment complex. If the pastor was aware that anything unusual was going on, he never said a word to me about it. In May 1968, I decided that I had lived on the edge long enough. It was time to leave. I told my pastor. He immediately and kindly relieved me of the duty of saying Mass and hired another priest to come in and say my scheduled Masses. I notified my bishop in writing. My bishop gave me $100 severance pay. I called my parents, who lived 90 miles away. They were not religious. When I called them, they did not say much, but I knew that they were extremely happy about my decision, having been in a state of relentless grief for the past 12 years. Within 2 or 3 days, I was out of there. I moved to an apartment that was actually in my former parish in suburban Houston. Living there that summer, I continued to deliver newspapers 7 days a week, and I spent much of the summer applying for a teaching position at about a dozen public school districts in that area. Late in the summer, one of them hired me. So that September, I moved to an apartment on the other side of Houston and began 17 years as a middle school math teacher, to be followed by 20 years in another school district as a high school math teacher, to be followed by my present status for the past 7 years as a self-employed private math tutor. And what is the attitude of the Catholic Church toward all this? What I was taught in the seminary implies the following. Because I left the priesthood and the Catholic Church, having known Catholic teaching in all its alleged beauty and truth, nothing that I have done in the past 43 years is of any redemptive value in the sight of God. And unless I repent and renounce my life of the past 43 years, I am going to burn forever in hell. To all of you, thank you for watching this video.